That was horrendous.
That's all right. I know one of the comedians has a nut allergy, and I've already planted nuts around the place. So I'm using all the techniques here.
Right, put some bags in his way. I think sometimes as well you get acts trying to psych each other out.
The sound you're hearing is the sound of comedians, a babble of comedians. I'm not sure what the collective noun for comedians is. I think a giggle of comedians would be good. A giggle of comedians. An amusement of comedians. Anyway, we haven't got the time to pontificate on collective nouns because it is the Bath Comedy Festival Love Honey Newcomer of the Year. If you didn't listen to yesterday's Dollop, this particular festival is sponsored by Love Honey, a sex toys manufacturer. It started, this particular competition, with 200 entries, and now we're down to the final 10. I'm a part of that number. There's 10 of us. Only one of us can win. One of us can come second, one of us can come third, but only one of us can win. The aim, of course, is to win. Failing that, second or third. I mean, that's pretty obvious, really. I'm starting to talk like a football manager, just stating the obvious. The aim is to win. Failing that second, failing that third. There you go. So there's 5 judges, there's some big wigs from the comedy world, and I thought in today's Dollop I'd talk a little bit beforehand, and then I'd go on. I might even play a little clip of me on stage. There will then be some post-gig analysis while I say how I think the gig went, and then I will record the result. And then after that there will be maybe some post-reflection, which may be positive or negative. My goodness. So it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride of a Dollop today. But join me on the Bath Comedy Festival Newcomer of the Year competition final. Sponsored by Love Honey. Okay, so I'm probably about 20 minutes away from performing. The second half is about to start. I'm last on in the second half. There are 4 acts in the second half, so it's going to be interesting. I have a new little bit, and it's always a risk to busk a new bit. I did it in the quarterfinal, and that worked particularly well. There's a bit where I tell a story about this Australian guy, this rather brash Australian guy, and at the end I decided to do a little bit of improvising around the fact that there was actually a guy in the audience called Ryan who the MC had been talking to, and he was Australian. So I thought, I'm going to take the risk. I'll do a little bit of improvising here. So I just want to prove now, if the judges are thinking, well, he's clearly brilliant at comedy, I just want to say to the judges, I'm also brilliant at accents. I'm going to prove that now. Ryan, whereabouts in Australia do you think that man was from?
Melbourne.
Perfect, yeah. Which bit, north or south? Yeah, South Melbourne, exactly. There you go, judges. Take note of that. Okay. Fortunately, on that night, it paid off very well, but it's always the danger with improvising. It may not. You haven't got lines that you are remembering. You know, you're not following a script, so you're just hoping that the words are going to come out right, and you're not going to go, what I'm trying to say is, because then you've lost it. You haven't got time to lose it here. So I've got this sort of new bit that I've just put in. It's all about tonight. It's relevant only for tonight, and it's all to do with the sponsorship. The fact that it's sponsored by Love Honey, the sex toys manufacturer. I want to insert that, as in, I want to put that bit in. And I think it'll work, but it's a gamble. Obviously, I've never done it before, never said the words before. It might be an absolute flop, although I believe they've got a sex aid for that. Anyway, we'll see what happens. The other thing that I'm worried about is that they've said you've got 8.5 minutes, but please don't go over that or go too far over it because you might risk being disqualified. I'm a little bit worried because I don't know when the time is up. I've got a phone in my pocket which is going to beep, which is a bit of a worry because I don't really want a thing beeping while I'm trying to perform, but that's going to do it after 8.5 minutes. Anyway, it's a bit disconcerting, but I'm about to go on. I will maybe play you a few clips of the gig and then give you a post-gig analysis, and then it will be the reveal, the winner revealed. Other disconcerting thing, actually, is that I sort of have a rough idea where the stage is, but there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of chairs around. There's not like a clear walk to the stage. So I'm just going to kind of walk forward and see what happens, but I might end up starting my set by knocking a table flying, knocking everybody's drinks flying. I mean, fortunately, it's not an audience vote, but still, I'd rather not knock everybody's drinks all over the place before starting the gig, but we'll just have to see what happens. We'll just have to busk it. We'll just have to deal with that eventuality if it happens. But hopefully it won't, but I can't see a way to the stage. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are we ready for the next act of the show? Yes. Please welcome Mr. David Eagle.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So I think things are doing all right so far. I'm doing all right, I think. Now I'm a little bit worried because they did say don't go over 8.5 minutes because otherwise you risk being disqualified. But the trouble is, being blind, I've no idea how long I've done. I could do with our Swiss comedian friend to keep me in time. I do have a sort of fallback solution. My mobile phone's in my pocket, which is going to vibrate after 8 minutes. But the trouble is, I often don't feel it because I'm sort of into the gig and I don't feel the vibration. However, I don't know if you know that tonight and this entire festival is sponsored by a sex toy manufacturer, and they have kindly given me workarounds. Actually, it's less of a work around, more of a work up and in, but we don't need to go into the details, do we? Suffice to say, all that's going to happen is that thing's going to go off, and then I'll know that it's me to do the big finish, or in this case, the happy ending. Okay, I promised you a post-gig analysis, so I will give you it now. Yes, very good, I would say. I didn't go over time, it all seems to work fine. All of the improvised bit worked absolutely brilliantly, I think. It just felt like the energy in the room was right. But I'm very happy, actually, very happy with that gig. I hope that will be enough to secure me in the top 3. That's quite a bold thing to say. There's 10 people there to say, I think I could well be in the top 3, but I think I could. As for whether I win it, that's another thing entirely, but we'll see, my friends.
Okay, so in reverse order, the results of the judges, the 5 judges of the panel. In 3rd place is Chelsea Burkby. And in 2nd place, Mr. Martin Gertrude. And the winner of the Bath Comedy Festival New Act of the Year, is David Eagle.
Very well deserved. Big round of applause.
Oh, my goodness. I must keep my voice down because there is someone next door asleep in their single YMCA room. I know that because I've just accidentally walked in on them. I got the wrong door. It's 3:30 in the morning and I have been crowned the Bath Comedy Festival's New Act of the Year. But I'm going to leave it there for tonight because there's someone next door. So thank you very much for listening and for coming on this adventure with me. And I mean that for listening today, but also for those of you who have followed me on the adventure in a